During World War I, the four daughters of Tsar Nicholas II, Olga, Tatiana, Maria, and Anastasia, contracted measles in early 1917, which caused them to lose their hair. East Germany displaying their computers in a state parade July 4, 1987. A 14-year-old girl getting her hair straightened with an iron before a night out with friends, 1964. The ceremonial handover of the victorious Red Banner to the military commandant of Berlin, hero of the Soviet Union, Colonel General Nikolai Erastovich Berzarin, for shipment to Moscow, Berlin, Germany, May 20, 1945. French children repatriated from Syria play in the courtyard of the regional headquarters of the Army Social Service in Marseille, 1942. (1924) North Africa, Algiers Berber girl. Eskimo children, 1929. Queen Min, the last queen of Korea, reigned until 1895, when the country was annexed by Japan. Corporal Ivashenko, driver of the 85th Guard Self-Propelled Artillery Division, dances with knives, Austria, 1945. Public demonstration opposing school integration, 1950s. (1935). The Labor Day hurricane made landfall into the Florida Keys. The winds were so powerful that they swept an 11-car passenger train off its tracks. Georgian soldiers pose next to a bust of Lenin in Sukhumi, Abkhazia, 1992. Joseph Ambrose, an 86-year-old World War I veteran, attends a parade at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, wearing his original doughboy uniform that he used during the war, 1982. By the late 1800s, many Victorian women often grew their hair long. Victorian woman, 1890s. Coal miner poses for picture, 1940s. (250 megabyte hard drive, 1979). Changing street lamps, Ohio, 1910. Drew Barrymore smokes a cigarette on a tricycle, 1993. February 1910. Addie Card, 12 years old, anemic little spinner in North Pownell Cotton Mill, Vermont. The Sunshine Skyway Bridge after the collision with the cargo ship Summit Venture, May 9, 1980, St. Pete, Florida. A woman dressed up as Batgirl in 1904, 35 years before the creation of Batman in 1939, and 57 years before the creation of Batgirl in 1961. Anti-drinking public service announcement from the early 1900s. Circus Family, Mother and Children, 1965. Boy and Dog, circa mid-1950s. George Harrison and His Father Harold, 1974. Punk culture in the 1980s. A man on the subway works on a punk rock in Surprise. A dromedary camel and its rider at the Port Valley Camel Festival in Port Valley, Georgia, May 1925. Aspiring secretaries hone their skills during a typing class. The Nenets are a Samoyedic people in Russia, inhabiting the Eurasian coast of the Arctic Ocean from the Kola Peninsula to Taimyr. 1900s. (1995), the Oklahoma City bombing when Timothy McVeigh detonated a truck bomb outside the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building. Moonshiner's cow shoe, which helped disguise footprints during Prohibition, 1924. Ham the chimpanzee returned to Earth from space, United States, 1961. Purple Gang, Sugar House Gang in custody. Predominantly Jewish organized crime syndicate from Detroit, 1926. Montgomery Clift and Elizabeth Taylor together, taken in 1951. Festive procession on the Champs-Élysées, May 8, 1945. A tired dog after a concert. (1932). Mrs. Betty Johnson, 84 years old, getting a permanent wave in the elite beauty shop from her granddaughter Pearl Holman, Madison, Wisconsin. Early 1900s posed portrait of an orchard crew, most likely apple workers in the Pacific Northwest, or another major apple-growing region, taken in winter or early spring. Former forced laborers fight over stolen food, probably canned American Army food, near a mill in Lemgo, which was occupied by the United States Ninth Army, 1945. Man holding a dead emu during the so-called Emu War, 1932. Pin-up roller girl, circa 1950s. Amy Winehouse in the 90s. Fidel Castro's visit to the USSR. Fidel Castro welcomes residents of Murmansk. Vietnamese soldiers, 1966. James Baldwin with his brother David, Paris, 1981. LBJ visiting Eisenhower at Walter Reed after Ike's 7th heart attack, 1968. View of the Reichstag after the end of hostilities in Berlin, World War II. The damaged USS Franklin, CV-13, approaches Manhattan to dock at the Brooklyn Navy Yard on April 28, 1945, its decks scarred with melted metal and wreckage. The destruction was caused by a March 19th dive bomber attack near Japan. Dive strikes a pose in front of a tram accident in Constantinople, 1914. A mother with 5 children in a gypsy camp in Amsterdam, 1917. The San Francisco earthquake and fire, April 18, 1906. View of the damage from Pine and Stockton streets. Home economics class, 1920s. Ladies having poolside fun in 1940s. General Francisco Franco being presented a painting of his granddaughter Carmen Martinez Bourdieu by Salvador Dalí, November 8, 1972. Bicycle stunt, 1970s. September 27, 1975. The Ohio State University Marching Band welcomes the Miss Wheelchair America pageant. Locals greet French soldiers near Strasbourg, 1944. Statue of Liberty under renovation, mid-1980s. Caught on the Fire Escape, 1946. Metalheads in the USSR, 1980s. Electric current in medicine in 1910, use of high-frequency current for treatment. Korean mother embraces her son, a prisoner of war who escaped his North Korean POW camp, 1953. Two children holding a walrus's tusks, Point Barrow, Alaska, 1930. Russian troops in Beijing, 1901. During the Boxer Rebellion, 1899 to 1901 in China, the Russian Empire participated in the suppression of the Boxer Rebellion as part of the Eight-Nation Alliance. An arcade in 1982. "17-year-old Elizabeth Taylor relaxing poolside with her fiancé William D. Pauley, 1949. German soldiers and Lithuanian auxiliary police laugh with a looted Torah scroll against the backdrop of a burning synagogue in occupied Lithuania, 1941. Caroline Munro during costume test for her film Star Trash and looking at the scale ship model, 1978. Portrait of a fisherman, Korea, late 19th C. P.T. Barnum circus performer General Tom Thumb and Mercy Lavinia Warren, 1863. Sarajevo burns, 1910 to 93. Dame Daphne Sheldrick was a Kenyan of South African descent, author, conservationist, and expert in animal husbandry, particularly the raising and reintegrating of orphaned elephants into the wild. German citizens giving the Heil salute to Adolf Hitler at the opening of the 11th Olympiad in Berlin, 1936. Flower Cellar, Paris, me 1954. The village of Endicé welcomes French war correspondents, 1944. Mariah Carey, Candy Burris, Latosha Scott, and Tamika Tiny Cottle from Escape at Mariah's house to record some background vocals for the remix of Always Be My Baby, 1996. 1944 London. Wally's barbershop refused to let the war shut down the business. Suffragettes march in Washington for women's rights, March 3, 1913. A crowd disrupts the parade on 9th Street. Muhammad Ali kissing a bust of Egyptian President Gamal Abdel Nasser during his 1964 trip to Cairo, Egypt. Ali had converted to Islam just months before the trip. Givenchy show in the Moscow Metro, 1997. A Japanese prisoner of war at Guam, Mariana Islands, covers his face as he hears Japanese Emperor Hirohito making the announcement of Japan's unconditional surrender on September 2, 1945. When the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan, some gas stations in Toronto refused to gas ladas. 1980s. A policeman restrains a demonstrator as suffragettes gathered outside Buckingham Palace, where an attempt was made to deliver a petition to the king. 1910s. Ozzy Osbourne, George Square, Glasgow, December 1982. Jimi Hendrix using his tongue on a guitar during live shows in the 1970s. Boys from a Gypsy Camp, Netherlands, Amsterdam, 1917. Nineteenth-century Georgian tribe of Havrusian. A girl blow-dries her hair. Australia, 1930. Annie 111 bomber crashed into the English Channel early into the Second World War. Vintage lesbian couple. Jane Birkin taking photos of Serge Gainsbourg, 1969. (1972), Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 67-year-old Carl Wallenda walks a tightrope 140 feet in the air between games of a Phillies Expos doubleheader, doing a headstand halfway across. He was paid $3,000 for his efforts. Doneskmina, USSR, 1987. Two students take a smoking break at the Chelsea Arts Ball in 1954. Cesar Romero as the Joker, between takes on the set of Batman in 1967. A British boy eats an ice cream while sitting on a naval mine, 1945. Children launch homemade boats into a puddle, USSR. An Israeli rescue pilot after a group of Israeli commandos rescued 102 hostages held by Palestinian hijackers. Tel Aviv, 1976. Bernie Sanders, a 21-year-old, protesting segregation and getting arrested in Chicago, 1963. The Sanyo Electric Cumbra Pavilion at the 1970 Osaka World Fair attracted attention with its human washing machine exhibit. Dummy heads used by Alcatraz escapees in 1962. Three American soldiers near Manet's painting Winter Garden in a mine in the German town of Merkers, 1945. Doichi Yokoi, the Japanese soldier who hid in the jungle in Guam for 27 years to avoid capture, weeps upon his return to Japan in February 1972. Public urinal on a Paris street, 1895. A 19-year-old James Dean, 1950. The airship, La République passing the Eiffel Tower in Paris circa 1908. The residents of the Italian village of Venzone pose with the mummified remains of their ancestors, 1950. Baltimore Fire of 1904. Betty Brosmer, the highest-paid pinup girl of the 1950s. A crowd of people gathered outside the White Star Line offices in New York on the 16th April 1912, awaiting further news on the infamous sinking of the Titanic. Elizabeth II with Prince Charles. Dust storm approaching Stratford, Texas, 1935. (1890s) Tibetan Lady Anichoki. A Victorian home being moved by boat in Tiburon, California in 1957. Palestine is calling. Jews are not tolerated in Norway. Oslo, 1940. Coca-Cola delivery truck, 1934. The Wagristoratore opened in 1930. Located on border between Italy and Switzerland, the surreal building was made of 2 train wagons directly placed onto concrete pillars. One of the spinners in Whitnell Cotton Mill, she was 51 inches high, has been in the mill 1 year, 1920s. Abby Stockton managing 135 pounds with ease. Santa Monica, California, 1946. She was 5 feet 2 and 115 pounds. John Lennon and Yoko Ono at the Apple office in London, 1969. German troops marching into Prague during the invasion of Czechoslovakia, March 30th, 1939. Woman lying starving in the Warsaw Ghetto, 1941. Using a military-grade mobile phone from a bar in 1953. The Summer of Love, 1967. Hippie and Haight-Ashbury, San Francisco. Rock legend Mick Jagger and supermodel Jerry Hall captured playing backgammon in 1983. A woman with children near a burnt-out house in the village of Serbolovo, Pskov region, 1942. Mari portrait photograph from the mid-19th century. Mexico, 1986 by Annie Leibovitz.